is time for the Jerry Jones Show, brought to you by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. You just couldn't wait to talk to us earlier today, more than normal, Jerry?
Hey, guys. I popped up about 4 this morning like the proverbial Dracula in his casket. It's showtime this morning. Ready to roll. So I've been waiting all morning to talk to you guys.
What time do you usually get up every weekday?
Well, it's sometime around 6, sometime in that area. And that varies there just a little bit. But, again, that's not when I've got you guys coming. I will go with a little extra when you're on the line.
All right, it's good to have you earlier then. You've had a little bit of time to absorb it. Steven sounded in a pretty decent mood yesterday here on the station. How are you feeling about the tie while having some time to absorb it?
Well, I thought we, of course, met with, got our game report and saw where we made mistakes, which is always there. And we saw where we did the kinds of things that you'd expect to see, scoring 40 points. And so bottom line, good and bad. But overall, I think we all knew we played a good team. We had the home crowd going for us. It was outstanding, the home crowd, and really made a difference. And all of that was good. Everybody said it, ties are ties, but we did have some things that we can build off of.
Jerry, the NFL has made a few tweaks to overtime over the last several years. What's wrong with maybe the way like college football does it, where you guys alternate possessions from the opponent's 25-yard line with an untimed game clock?
Yeah, the best I can give you, and as you know, we could have a lot of discussions about this, a long discussion about it, but the best thing is that it's very important to try to look for and try to attain a 3-hour window. And so it has to do with timing. It has to do with other games, has to do with really the structure of just how much is enough relative to timing more than anything, the length of the game.
Jerry, you mentioned the 3-hour window there. Is that TV related? I mean, is that because of what the networks have and the game times you want to keep it to that 3-hour window? Is that the reason that you wouldn't move the overtime?
Yes, very much.
Jerry, we're all like a win-or-loss society, no gray area. Explain to us how down the road, obviously a tie is better than a loss, but when's the last time you factored this into one of your records, and how are you kind of viewing it going down the road?
Well, it makes all the difference in the world if it's close, one way or the other. And so you gain on it maybe against a team that you're trying to get in the playoffs with a loss, and you gain and you get behind a little bit not a little bit, but you get behind one that had a win rather than a tie. But I think the other thing is the nature of it. I thought that everybody expected a big challenge for the Cowboys out there Sunday night, and to some degree we made the plays against a team that the expectations were that they had a pretty high bar for many reasons with their team, personnel, quarterback. And, of course, we're proud of our quarterback and the way he played, and that gives you something right there. Our quarterback has competed not just in this game but the other 3 games as well. So, again, I look at it that way. Someone said something about the clock management, about the stadium timekeeper out there. Well, the stadium timekeeper, old Jones, doesn't get to touch him in any way. The league pays him and makes sure that I don't get near him. I don't get to have direct negotiations with the timekeeper. No.
Yeah, because
he's got some mighty very big agents representing him.
Well, Mulligan was in the building. Jerry, I thought I read from Michael Silver that, Dak said, Jerry, you need to fire the clock operator, but that you actually thought it hit 0. Did you jump up in celebration thinking you guys had won it?
Yes, I did. When he dropped that ball, I was very much aware there was no time left on the clock, I thought. And when he dropped that ball, I thought we'd won the game.
Jerry Jones joined us here at 105 through the Fan. I want to go back to that 4th and 5 in overtime. They obviously opted to kick the field goal. Looking back on it, would you have done the same thing? Were you hoping that y'all went for it, or did you rather trust the defense?
Well, that's a good question, and it's got a lot of conjecture in it. And they don't. Let's don't tip our hand here on what you would do. But it was close time on that clock, and as witness, the decision, of course, was you had arguably a sure tie, not necessarily, but arguably a sure tie. But go for it or not. I don't know how to call that this morning.
Jerry, Dak has been playing at a really, really high level. I saw Michael Irvin yesterday called him an MVP candidate the way that he's been playing. He's been really good. Even before his injury last season, Dak was having somewhat of a disappointing season in 24 relative to the 23 year. Why do you think he's returned to form these first 4 weeks?
I'll give Schottenheimer, Brian, a lot of credit. I gave Brian credit last year for how I thought Dak had really elevated his game. But his pre-snap reads, his basically sense of how he's reading the total field as really reading half the field as much as he does, which is a good thing, not necessarily negative at all. But the whole point is this, is that Dak's throwing the ball quicker. It wasn't just that game. It's the games in general. He's getting the ball out. The defense is designed that way. But, I forgot one little small thing, that running game. And that running game, when you execute it, to give all involved some credit here, not just the running back, but the running backs are back, but also the way we're blocking it up. And so those things have a lot to do with how well Dak is playing. He'd be the first to tell you, but don't dismiss the value that we have in Dak. Now, you're talking about indispensable, and as that, I think we proved that we did think he was indispensable, because that's the kind of contract extension we gave him 2 years ago and 2 seasons ago. So, point is that he's playing up to snuff.
Jerry, when you see the type of production you've gotten from your offense, which has been really, really impressive, does it make you consider even more strongly adding to the defense in season to kind of shore up some of those problems?
Well, that's good. I mean, that's a logical way to go. And but I also get to have the benefit of looking at who's coming. And we've got Overshown coming, and he seems like that I'm asking that question every day. Is Overshown going to be out here getting ready for the game? But you've got Overshown coming. We've got, frankly, 41 out there is playing lights out and getting better by the game. And Clowney has certainly had his opening game. So I see help on the way for this defense.
Jerry, how do you think Micah played? Did you feel any kind of justification for the trade with him only getting, I mean, they're going to call it a sack, but it really was just tripping Dak up. Are you getting any kind of justification for the trade based off his numbers?
Well, he might have gained yards on that. I don't know. I don't know the detail on it, but we don't have it down. But let me just say this: that's a good test out there. When you don't have a player anymore, he's lining up directly against you. Plus, you don't have him on your defensive side of the ball. Now, that's a real good test, and I'm glad that everybody got to see it, where it goes, and it left me feeling good about our trade.
Jerry Jones, Cowboys general manager and owner, talking to us here on 105 through the Fan. Jerry, Micah said after the game that he felt like you should have been the one to call him and deliver the news that he had been traded. His exact quote was, "The same way he called me in the office as a man, he couldn't tell me as a man." How do you respond to that?
I don't. I really don't. want to respond to that at all. I'm in deference to you very much. But that phone call thing got stopped when he told me to take his number off my dial. So I was, don't call him anymore. So I quit those calls.
How have we not gotten your cell phone after 15 years?
Well, I'm shocked because everybody else in town's got it.
No, but Jerry, we were wondering, as the GM, you've talked about how very few players, or maybe 3, have had it. Can you just kind of explain that? Is it kind of like that throughout the league, or just your own belief or practice?
Well, I do not know how it is throughout the league, but I know how it is personally with me. And I don't do a lot of receiving calls. As a matter of fact, very few would have directly that cell phone because I want it open, because I want to do all the calling out, not be fielding calls as it comes in. Plus, I want to be talking when I can and want to talk. And so I don't use the phone as a way to get calls back and forth in that sense. I use it to get information coming in because I just don't have the time to field calls.
Do you have any social media app on your phone, or what is the number one app that Jerry Jones uses the most?
They're the standard ones. It'd be ESPN. It'd be Bloomberg. It'd be pretty much those kind of apps. But I don't really engage really just because I don't do that relative to some of the things that you have heard in the past regarding radio programming. I just don't listen to that any type thing that doesn't have some feedback to it on my part, and I wouldn't want to feedback to that. So that's not being any way. I just can't be sitting around all day long working the phone.
Jerry Jones joining us here on 105 through the Fan. Jerry, Tyler Guyton had a concussion after the game. We know Malik Hooker was dealing with a toe injury. Where do things stand with those two right now, Guyton with the concussion and Hooker with the toe?
Yeah, all of them were on watch for, and I wouldn't in any case try to see where we are just with the day after report, which we got yesterday. But you're right on the assessment. One is a toe. Boy, that Hooker just lifts me every day in my opinion of him. He'll play hurt. He'll play it any way you want to go. And so we're lucky to have him. And Guyton played, pulled him, of course, the minute you had the protocol of concussion. But we'll see how it goes this week, and that's the way it should be for both injuries.
Jerry, Trayvon Diggs didn't start on Sunday. Would you expect him to return to the starting lineup this week against the Jets?
Again, I really felt real good. Our fans should know that Trayvon had questioned whether or not he might be able to go, and he fought through that, and I thought he played well out there.
Jerry Jones right here on Shan and RJ, 105 through the Fan. All right, I need a classic, patented Jerry Jones sale job for me here on the defense. I know you said help is coming. But myself and many Cowboy fans think that with this offense, there's so much pressure. You guys are going to have to score 40 almost every week to win. And the defense, with the help here, is not really going to truly get fixed throughout the year, Jerry. Help me.
Well, first of all, kudos to the guys that really got noted for how well they did play. Osa played well. 95 from Green Bay was, again, maybe the top or almost top best grade. He and Osa, interior-wise. That's a plus. Those are areas that in the past we haven't been able to say that. We're better on the interior as far as our down linemen are concerned. And with Clowney out there, who did some very good things in there. 41. I keep calling him 41 because that name for me is hard to get it out right. But he is coming so fast, and we're excited. And he's got the natural pass rush that you look for there. Sam Williams was noticed the way that he took on blockers. We moved him inside there for a lot of the game, and boy, he played well back there. From the standpoint of linebackers, we do have help on the way. There's no question. And plus, how a couple of them are really responding to just snaps that they're getting. We've got a chance to get better, but we're looking at it real close there. And, of course, you know, and you hear it all the time, that we've got some new players literally going to be joining us as maybe as early as this week. So there is help on the way on defense. More importantly, if you felt it, even though they scored 40 points, our defense improved as that game went along right before your eyes. And we did make some stops that were out there that were key stops against a fine offensive football team in Green Bay. So I think your eyes didn't betray you in that we got better as that game went along. That's what you're looking for.
Jerry, you referenced there that you've got defensive help coming. You've obviously got a number of guys on IR, Savone Ravel, Kalen Carson, et cetera. Do you expect to activate anybody's practice window off injured reserve this week?
Yeah, we'll see. It's all, yes, there is a possibility, but we won't go there until we have to with the league rules on notification.
Jerry, not only has it looked like y'all hit a home run at running back, so props to y'all in the scouting department because that was a humongous offseason question and discussion. But this Pickens thing, man, this thing has worked out so far. Stepping up as the number one with Lamb out, how are you feeling right now about George Pickens and that acquisition?
It does seem, when you think about those names weren't with us last year. Pickens, a running back, those guys are Williams. That shows that you can have help on the way. And in those particular cases, I'm proud of them. I think we've got a chance to have, again, much improved offensive line play. That's getting tested right now because we literally got 3 starters out at the time. And plus having to really improve each week on both tackles. Having said that, they are improving. And so I've looked for us to have, absent setbacks and injury, I look for us to have improvement in our offensive line. And when I look at that, that is meaningful progress from last year as far as I'm concerned. I can see us knowing what to do more over on defense. Now that's, I guess it was mentioned 2 or 3 times last night, watching the game last night, about how the guys at this stage are kind of got to get their assignments down, knowing what to do. I know you, like me, would say, how could it be that you could be on a field in the NFL and know what to do? It's because there's a million ways for the opposing team to give you something else to look at. You can get better in those areas. That's my point. Knowing what to do is real, and knowing what to do is improvable. And I think our fans will see that.
Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones with us here on The Fan. Jerry, we just talked about George Pickens there and how great he was stepping up with CeeDee Lamb out of the lineup. He is playing on the final year of his contract, something that, it sounded like the negotiations were tabled until after this year. Is his future here in Dallas going to largely be determined by how he performs here with CeeDee Lamb out?
No. We saw, first of all, there was a little concern about Pickens relative to team, mellowed in with his teammates, those types of things. Now, I don't know about those specifically. I want to be sure about it. All I've done is actually read a little something about it. Boy, that's not the case. He's an exemplary teammate. He is exemplary in his work preparation. And you can see the results of that out there Sunday. He's obviously reminds me a little of his weight, has different contortions as he's catching a ball. He can just catch the ball in any sort of set of circumstances. Having said that, absolutely right. And I'm proud to tell you that we've got some outstanding structure in our cap space that will allow us to do a lot of things that I didn't think when we finished this time last year that we might have the room to do some of these things we're talking about doing. We got it. We paid a price for it. We had to not sign some players that we might have thought we should, or fans might have thought ought to be signed. On the other hand, we can do it now. And that's why that I thought our best chance to have the future we want was with some of the actions we took on contracts.
Jerry, we know you love your alma mater, those Arkansas Razorbacks. They moved on from their head football coach this week, Sam Pittman. Is there anyone you'd be interested in, maybe a guy who coaches down the street here at SMU, or anybody that you'd throw your support behind there for Arkansas?
Well, first of all, I like the coach that they've got over there, Trino. And I've always thought he was an outstanding coach. And wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't do well the rest of this year over there as far as his report card on coaching. So we're there. That was unfortunate that Pittman had to have the exit he had. I guess it is true. Everybody's got to go. But it's unfortunate. He's a better, he's as good a person to be in that profession as you've ever met. And no one thinks more of him than his players, yet he's an effective coach. So it's rough to go out that way, but that was understandable considering the game the other day.
Now, you wouldn't get in trouble for tampering with a current college coach, right?
We just do not encourage in the NFL in any way getting involved in the coaching aspect of college publicly.
Oh,
and it's not tampering. It's not tampering. It's just something don't do. You can do it in the other sport, but not from the standpoint of NFL and college football.
Hey, this was a pleasant treat. This was a pleasant treat to get.
Great.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you.
Well, it was pleasant, and guys, under the circumstances, I guess that's kind of gives you a read of what we've got. I would have loved to won it, but I wouldn't have wanted the alternative.
Yes, sir. Have a great day and a good week. We'll do it on Friday.
Okay, guys. Talk to you again. Bye.
There he is, Jerry Jones, extremely chipper.